Hey everyone, today I'm going to be recreating SOCKIE'S simple recipe, and it is a 3-ingredient dessert. All you need are some M&Ms, and I'll be using 1 cup today, then some Arnott's teddy bear biscuits, and I'll be using the entire packet, and finally 1 can of condensed milk. There are only a few simple steps to make the dessert itself, so it should be pretty easy to try and recreate. And here's everything I'll be using in order to make the dessert. So first off, you need some sort of blender, but I only have a NutriBullet, so that's what I'll be using today, and I'll gradually be adding more and more biscuits until all of them are completely blended. And then I'll be using a cup to measure out the M&Ms, so I just have 1 cup there. And finally, I have a baking tray here with some baking paper as well. And just before I start baking, I'm going to preheat the oven to 160 degrees Celsius. And the next step is to measure out the M&Ms by pouring them into the cup. So the next step is to crush the biscuit. So we do have the Arnott's teddy bear biscuits here, and these were the ones used for the particular recipe, but you can use any other type of biscuit, and you need 250 grams. And since this packet measures out to 250 grams, I'll be using all of them. And since the NutriBullet is quite small, I'm only going to be blending a few biscuits at a time. So I'm just adding a few in, and then once those are blended, I can add some more. And since the first few biscuits have been blended, I've just added a few more to the NutriBullet. The NutriBullet definitely blended the biscuits quite easily. Just make sure you add them in different stages and you don't add too many at once. So everything has been all blended together now, so now it's time to add it to the mixing bowl. So now that the biscuits have been added into the mixing bowl, the next step is to add in the condensed milk. And once the condensed milk has been added with the biscuits, the next step is to add in the M&Ms. And then we can mix all of the items together so we can add them into the baking tray. And since the condensed milk, the biscuits, and the M&Ms have been mixed together, all I'm doing right now is adding everything onto the baking tray. And I would definitely recommend using baking paper on the baking tray so it's easy to remove the dessert once it's finished baking. I've added the whole dessert to the baking tray, so all I'm doing right now is spreading it out so it's a little bit more even, but it is quite tricky since it is very sticky. And here's what the dessert looks like, and it seems like there are a lot of M&Ms. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it out of the way so we can add it into the oven, and I'll be leaving it in the oven for around 20 minutes. And the dessert has been in the oven for around 10 minutes, so it has 10 minutes left until it's finished baking. It has been around 20 minutes, so I'm just going to remove the dessert from the oven, and it looks like it's all ready. The dessert looks so delicious, so it is meant to be a slice, but it definitely reminds me of a giant cookie. There's so many M&Ms on the top, and then we also have the condensed milk and the biscuits throughout the dessert itself. Now it's time to try the dessert, so all I'm doing is slicing a small corner off so I can add it onto a plate. I've added a small piece of slice onto the plate, so now it's time to try it out. And this dessert definitely reminds me of a cookie. It is very sweet, so I wouldn't be able to eat too much of it, but it does taste really good, and it's also really easy to follow along as well. And I would give this dessert a thumbs up, and I would make it again. It was really great to try and recreate this 3-ingredient simple dessert recipe, so thanks for watching!